Okay, so let me start. Thanks for joining in the evening and taking out time for me. So today we are going to talk about amla. I really hope most of you all might have tried amla at some point of the time of your life. And when we talk about amla, you automatically start salivating. So that's the power of amla. It's full of flavor. When we take in amla, it bursts a flavor into our mouth, which is almost, sour, tangy, it's astringent, it's slightly sweet as well. So it is so flavorful, and at the same time, it's also full of nutritional value. When you talk about amla, it has carbohydrate, protein, fiber. It has minerals like iron, potassium, calcium, and it also has vitamins like vitamin C and vitamin E, which is really helpful for our body. But amla also contains phytonutrients like gallic acid, ellagic acid, pyrogalol, etc., which possesses properties as antineoplastic. When you talk about antineoplastic properties, that means a food which can stop or control the growth of neoplasm. Neoplasm is nothing but tumor cells. So amla also possess a property which can help in controlling the growth of tumor cells. So that's how it becomes so beneficial for the cancer patients as well to have amla into their daily routine. Now, as we move forward, I'll be sharing few health benefits, few hair and skin benefits on amla, and at the same time, I'll also be sharing few recipes. But I may not be able to write down the recipes on the live, but we'll soon be coming out with the recipes as well. So let me also introduce myself. I'm Deepika Rathod, Head Nutritionist, Chief Nutrition Officer from Luke's team. And let's move ahead with the health benefits of amla. So we talked about amla and it having vitamin C and antioxidants as well. Right now, the buzzword we all know is immunity. Nothing better than vitamin C to really help you boost your immune system. So you have a amla juice or you have amla into your routine, and it will really help in improving your immunity, which will in turn help you in fighting against diseases. So it also improves your lung function for that matter. When you talk about amla, it's also a good source of iron. And particularly in India, we women are mostly iron deficient, and that's why we sometimes also face iron deficiency anemia. So if a person is not really allergic to sour food or amla, they can incorporate amla into their daily routine to help them improve the iron levels as well as to combat the anemia. Amla is also a good source of antioxidants and vitamin E, which actually helps in reducing the free radicals in the body and helps in controlling the oxidative stress. So when the free radical and oxidative stress is in control, it really helps us in reducing the inflammation in the body. Plus it also controls the anti-aging effects like wrinkles or blemishes and all. So it keeps your skin healthy. When we talk about the fiber content of amla, amla really helps in easing constipation. So people who are facing constipation issues can definitely go ahead and have amla because it helps in overcoming the constipation. Plus it contains digestive enzymes, so it also improves your digestion a lot. It helps in controlling the acidity as well. And right now most of you all might also be drinking amla juice as a summer coolant. So that's how it helps in improving your gut health. Overall, amla is superfood for your entire body and your gut as well. As we say that different flavor of amla you get in mouth once you put it inside, like you get astringent taste, you get sour taste, and the moment you hear amla, you almost start salivating. So it also helps in improving your appetite in that way. When you take in amla, you tend to produce more saliva, which in turn improves your digestive enzymes. So when saliva is more, your brain gets signal as if your body wants more food. And this is mostly helpful for people facing weight loss issues. If you take an amla maybe half an hour before your meal, it makes you salivate more, and it also helps in improving your appetite. So you eat better and you gain healthy weight. Plus the sour taste of amla and healing properties of amla also helps you in overcoming the nausea. So that will be helpful for people who face morning sickness, or they have nausea issues after eating certain food. They can take an amla to control the nausea that they get. Amla is also helpful for oral health because it's a good source of vitamin C. So person facing from bleeding gums or yellowish teeth, they can just take an amla, say 1 or 2 tablespoons of amla juice, and swish it in the mouth exactly how you do your oil pulling. This helps in removing the bad odor from the mouth, and it also helps in reducing the bleeding from the gums. Plus at the same time it whitens your teeth, so you will no more have yellowish teeth. So this is like the oral benefit of amla. Weight loss and amla almost go hand in hand, because when you talk about weight loss, the one thing that comes in your mind is having a very good metabolism, and amla is like a food that helps you in improving your metabolism. So you take an amla, it can be in any form, it can be amla juice, it can be amla powder, add it into your routine. It will help you in improving your metabolism, and ultimately it will help you in reducing the weight as well. So these are the health benefits of amla. I have noted down only few, but there is a long list of health benefits of amla. I'll also be taking you through the recipes as I said. So to start with, my first recipe is amla juice. You just have to take 2 to 3 amla, wash it properly, add it into a blender, like chop it and add it into a blender. You can even add ginger paste to it. You can add salt and cumin powder to it, and blend it till you get fine paste. Now this fine paste, you have to remove it in a bowl or maybe in a glass bottle, and slowly add water to it. You can add around 500 ml of water to the same till you get a nice clear juice. And once the juice is ready, you can top it up with a tablespoon of coriander or mint leaves, and you drink this. It will really be helpful in making you feel refreshed. So this is how you make amla juice. For people who cannot get fresh amla, can always look out for amla powder, food grade amla powder, organic one, that you can incorporate in tea form. So you take a cup of water, add it for boiling. In that water you add a pinch of dry ginger powder, or maybe 1-inch piece of ginger, grate it and then add it into the water along with a cardamom pod, and boil it properly. Once it is boiled, you remove it in a cup of water, in a cup, and then you add half a teaspoon of amla powder to this. Once you see that the amla tea is become slightly warm, it shouldn't be hot, it should become slightly warm. At that time you can add around a teaspoon of honey to it to add flavor, and you can also add 2 teaspoon to 4 teaspoon honey in the amla juice as well, to make it more palatable. It will give you a very soothing and refreshing taste. So this is how you can make your amla tea from amla powder. Third recipe I would like to talk about is amla pickle. So you just take 15 amla and wash it properly, keep it aside. Now in a vessel you take around 3 to 4 cups of water, add 1 or 2 teaspoon of turmeric powder and a teaspoon or 2 teaspoon of rock salt into it, and let it boil properly. Once it has started boiling, you can add your amla into it, the 15 amla that you have kept aside. Cover it and then switch off the gas. Let the amla stay in that hot water for a few minutes. After say 7 or 10 minutes, you just have to check your amla. It should create little slits in between. This suggests that the amla is properly cooked. So after 10 minutes, when you open the lid and check your amla, you have to press it and the amla will slit. So this makes this gives you an idea that your amla is completely done, and then you just remove the cover and keep it aside for cooling. Once this water and amla mixture is cooled down, you can add cumin powder for taste. You can even add slices of ginger, and then you can store this pickle along with the water in a sterilized jar, glass jar basically, and you can store it for almost 6 months. So this is like a one time process that you have to do, but you will get amla pickle that you can use for 6 months, but you have to refrigerate it, so it may not stay better outside. For initial 2-3 days you can keep it outside so that it starts fermenting a bit, but after that you can just refrigerate it and use it for almost 6 months. So this was about the amla pickle. Let's talk about amla chutney that you can definitely enjoy with homemade crackers or khakra and all. So you take amla, 4 to 5 amla, you add 1 or 2 green chilies depending on how spicy you want it to be. You can add ginger peas to it. You can add coriander leaves or mint leaves, and you just have to blend it together. And then you remove it in a bowl, and then you have to add a tadka to it. So for adding tadka, you take 1 to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. In that you add your normal tadka ingredients like your mustard seeds, rai, your jeera, little amount of hing, your curry leaves, and sesame seeds as well, around a teaspoon of sesame seeds. When the tadka starts spluttering up, you can just add this tadka into your chutney, mix it and have it with your crackers or khakra, as I told you. It really gives a refreshing taste in mouth. Last one is my personal favorite, and it's amla candy. I already started like salivating more. My mouth is watering after hearing this amla candy's name. So when you talk about amla candy, you just have to take 150 grams of amla, wash it properly, and then one amla you need to cut into 4 pieces. Once you have cut into four pieces, you just keep it aside, and then you mix 250 grams of organic jaggery powder with 1 or 2 teaspoon of cumin powder and little amount of salt, just for taste, as much as you like it. So mix it properly, this powder, and take your amla one piece at a time, roll it into this powder till the time it is completely covered with jaggery. And then once all your amla pieces are covered with this jaggery, you keep it aside on a tray. Let it give all the water down. Once you keep the amla aside, it starts watering. So you have to remove all the water so that it becomes dry and you can store it properly. Once you see that the amla has stopped giving away all the water, you remove it and place it in another clean plate, and you can even sun dry it for 2 to 3 days. Make sure that you don't sun dry it for a longer time, because we want little moisture into it. That's how you bite it and you get that gooey texture into your mouth. So don't completely dry it, but just make sure that you sun dry it for 2 to 3 days, and then you can store it in an airtight container and refrigerate it. So these were my recipes for amla that you can intake on a regular basis to keep you healthy, to boost your immune system. Let's now talk about amla benefits on hair. So definitely when you talk about hair and amla benefit, the most important thing is many people know that amla also gives you like color your hair properly. So if you see, I have colored my hair with the help of amla itself. I don't know whether it is really visible to you all, but I have used amla for coloring my hair, and I'll definitely give you the recipe of what I used on my hair as well. So amla is a good source of, as I told you, phytonutrients, vitamins and minerals, which actually helps in improving the circulation on your scalp. When your scalp circulation improves, automatically you see that your hair growth has improved. So there will be lesser hair fall and there will be good hair growth seen. When you talk about vitamin C content of amla, it also helps in improving, it also helps in producing collagen into your skin. So that's how it removes the dead skin and helps you make new cells in your scalp, which helps in controlling the dandruff issue, which helps in improving the growth of your hair, and which also gives a really smooth texture to your hair. Amla is 81% moisture, so it has 81% of moisture into it. So when you use amla on a dry hair, it actually moisturizes your hair, it conditions your hair, and it gives that smoothing effect. So that's how it becomes useful to control your frizz. Plus, at the same time, people who have oily hair is also benefited with amla, because amla absorbs all the oil and dirt from your hair, and that's how it helps improve the growth. It removes and cleanses the scalp properly. When you talk about antimicrobial properties of amla, that's how it keeps us away from bacteria. It keeps us away from bad odor. Sometimes you might see that after sweating a lot, your hair starts smelling or stinking. So you can use amla into your hair wash as well, and that will help in removing all the dirt, all the bacteria from the scalp, and it will control the odor. So let's talk about my hair dye recipe. So I took around 1 tablespoon of amla powder, 1 tablespoon of henna powder. You can also take indigo powder instead, organic indigo powder. I took henna, so it worked for me well. So 1 tablespoon each. You just have to mix it and keep it aside. Now in a bowl, not in a bowl exactly, in a pan, you just heat or boil a cup of water. In that cup of water, you add around 1 tablespoon of tea leaves or tea powder. You have to make a decoction of the same. So you boil it for 5 to 10 minutes till you get a complete dark colored decoction, and then strain it and remove it in a separate bowl. Now take a iron vessel. That's how our ancestors used to do it. So take a iron vessel or iron tawa, mix your powder onto it, and add the decoction slowly and mix it well till you get a fine paste. Now you can also add vitamin C to this from lemon, because that also helps in eradicating dandruff from the hair. So amla definitely has the benefit, but you can also add lemon to it to enhance its healing properties. So you mix it slowly and make a fine paste. Make sure that you do it at night, and then keep it in the iron vessel itself overnight. So next morning when you get up, you have to check, and you see that the color of this amla and henna mixture has already started turning black. You have to mix it again, and then you apply this mixture on your hair. Once you apply this mixture on your hair, you have to keep it exactly for 2 hours. This is the minimum. If you have time in hand, you can keep it for 2.5 to 3 hours as well. So keep it on your hair for 3 hours, and then you wash it with mild shampoo. This will actually give you a good hair texture and hair color. So this color that I got, actually instead of tea, I used coffee for my hair. So if you want slight brown tinge, you can use coffee instead of tea. And similarly, if you want a maybe slight reddish tinge, you can also use beetroot puree for the same thing. So that was regarding the hair color. We can also make hair oil to overcome the hair fall issue. So many people do face hair fall issues. So to overcome this, you can take 2 cups of coconut oil, add it into a vessel, and then you add around 15 shallots to it, and 1/3 cup each of amla powder, methi powder, and shikakai powder. If you have curry leaves, you can also add handful of curry leaves to the same. And then you just have to boil this oil properly. Once you start boiling the oil, you see that the curry leaves are starting to get dried up. They change the color. Once you see that the curry leaves have changed their color and have become a little dry, then you can stop the gas. Keep it, cover it and keep it overnight, and next morning you can just remove this oil in a container. You can even add a little more coconut oil to this, and maybe around 20 ml of argan oil. It really helps in improving your hair texture. It smoothens the hair, and it also helps in enhancing the hair growth. So that's how these recipes will help you in improving your hair texture as well. So coming to the skin part, we saw amla is a good source of antioxidant. It also helps in producing collagen. So ultimately it reduces your free radicals, reduces the sign of aging by its anti-aging properties, and with the help of collagen it helps in building new cells in your skin, so you get a smoother texture on the skin, you get blemish free skin, and even the wrinkles and all get in control. Plus amla, as I told you, is a good source of iron, so people suffering from anemia can have amla into their routine to improve the iron levels, and it acts as a blood purifier as well. So you can take an amla juice to purify your blood, and when your blood is purified, when you're healthy from within, your skin will automatically start glowing. So what you put inside is definitely shown on your skin. So let's use amla juice on a regular basis so that it gives you a glowing skin. Vitamin C, as I told you, also acts as a lightening agent, so it brightens up your face, and it also reduces dark spots. And plus its antimicrobial, antibacterial, fungal properties helps your skin basically from keeping away from those bacteria which causes pimples and acne on your face. So that's the benefit of amla on skin. I'll be talking about amla recipe for the skin as well. So let's start with amla scrub. You just have to mix 1 teaspoon of amla powder, 1 teaspoon of rice powder, and you can add 1 teaspoon or little more of rose water depending on how the texture you want it. You just take this mixture and apply it on your face and gently massage it. You have to gently massage it, don't rub hard, otherwise it can cause irritation. So you just have to gently massage it on your face, and massage for around 2-3 minutes and let it stay there for 10 minutes. Once you see that this scrub is drying up, you splash water and remove that scrub. After removing the scrub, you just feel your face and you automatically see that supple face. You see that the darkening has definitely reduced. So you can try this scrub twice a week to help remove the dead skin and to make your skin breathe better and make you feel better. The second recipe is your amla face mask. So you have to take a teaspoon of amla. You can mix it with a teaspoon of honey, and you can also add a teaspoon or little more of yogurt to it. So mix it together and apply it on your face. Yogurt will definitely help you in clearing the dark spots, and honey also gives that smoothing effect on the face. So you mix it together, apply it on your face, keep it for around 15-20 minutes, and once you see it has started drying up, you can just wash your face properly. So you can use this mask on a daily basis as well. Scrub can be twice a week and mask can be on a daily basis as well to improve your skin health. So you try and make these recipes and do let us know on how you felt about these recipes, on which recipe you did really liked and you enjoyed having. So I still have some time in hand, so let me just take on few queries. Okay. Okay, hair color recipe, as I said, we'll also be launching a blog soon, so you'll definitely get all my recipes in that blog. But just for you, you just have to mix 1 tablespoon of amla, 1 tablespoon of henna in tea or coffee decoction, and use a iron vessel for mixing it. Gray hair, this is good for gray hair as well. So when you start using amla into your routine, your graying automatically starts coming under control. Okay, can you please repeat face mask recipe? Okay, so a face mask is you take a teaspoon of amla powder, a teaspoon of honey, and a teaspoon or little more of yogurt. Mix it together and apply it on your face. For immunity, what is the best way to take amla? So any of these recipes that I told you, you can take amla in that form, and it will help you in boosting your immunity. The raw form is better. So I think only the amla pickle will be in the cooked form. But if you talk about amla juice, if you talk about amla candy, amla tea, you can take any of this into your routine, which will help you in boosting the immunity. Okay, so I have got a request to also save this video. Sure, I'll definitely save this video. How to treat hair fall with amla? I gave all your answers on how you can use amla for treating your hair fall. So you can make um, the hair dye recipe. It also acts as a hair pack, which gives a smoothing effect to your hair. We don't need to sieve it. The amla powder, yes, you don't need to sieve it. You just have to take amla powder as is, and you can apply it on your scalp. Or if you are taking the food grade amla, you just have to add it into your hot water and take the tea. Can amla be taken with people who has migraine issues? Yes, you can try, but do keep your healthcare professionals in loop. How to eat amla for hair? So I gave you recipes. You can take any of the recipes and you can incorporate that into the routine, and that will help you in improving your immunity, improving your hair, improving your skin as well. My Insta handle name is Deepika_Rathod9. Can amla help in curing baldness? That's a tricky question. So if baldness is due to hereditary reason, then it may not work so great. But if you are facing baldness because of stress, because of any nutrient deficiency, then you can try and correct that nutrient deficiency, and yes, amla then can be helpful in curing the baldness. So any way of juicing will help for consumption, grinding and cold press. Yes, any way is completely fine. Cold press would be much better because that will actually restore all the nutrients. Please repeat amla pickle. Don't worry. So whoever has joined late and have missed the recipes, will also be launching the blog soon. So you'll get all the recipes in that blog. Can we mix amla, curry leaves, wheatgrass and juice it? Okay, that's a really good question. Amla, curry leaves, wheatgrass, all of three are superfoods. You can still mix amla and curry leaves, but wheatgrass definitely needs to be taken separate. So it shouldn't be mixed with amla. Someone with high BP and diabetes, how often and what form they can consume amla? So all the recipes I have given are diabetic friendly and even BP friendly for that matter. So you can just make sure that you control the salt addition into your amla juice or your amla pickle. And amla candy, it does have jaggery, but you need to make sure that you keep your healthcare professional in loop. If your levels are too high, then don't use it. The best thing that you can take is in that case will be amla juice, and try and avoid adding salt or jaggery or even honey to it for that matter. How much of amla juice per day for immunity? You can take around 150 ml of amla juice. That's good enough. Is amla murabba good? Yes, it is. You have to prepare it at home, and don't bring outside amla murabba which is loaded with sugar. So if you know a person who is preparing good amla murabba with jaggery, then you can definitely have it. Amla juice to be sieved. Not really. When you mix amla with water, you can take in the entire particle of amla. If you sieve it, then you'll lose the fiber. So it will not be beneficial for people who are facing constipation. So that's why don't sieve your amla juice, just have it. Can you apply amla juice on hair? Yes, you can. You can apply fresh amla juice as well on your hair. Like you just apply it for a little time, maybe 5-10 minutes. Massage it on your scalp so that it helps in improving your circulation. And then you can wash it off with a mild shampoo. Can you all hear me? Can anyone just give me a thumbs up if I'm audible and my voice is clear? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Priya. Can we have a shot of 2 amla with 2 tablespoon of aloe vera? I didn't actually get your question. 2 amla means 2 whole amla you have to use in making juice. It will be too much. It will be too sour as well. So if you are there from starting, you must have seen that I asked to prepare around 500 ml of juice with the help of 3 to 4 amla. So 2 amla shot will be too sour. Okay, so I'll be taking one more question and then we'll wrap up with our session. Okay, is there any reason to not mix wheatgrass and amla together? Yes, because wheatgrass is a superfood, amla too is a superfood. Particularly wheatgrass, if you mix it with something and then have it, it is not better absorbed in the body. So if you want a better absorption of all your superfoods, you need to have it separately. Great. So it was really a fun session with you guys. Thanks for joining in, and I hope that this was really helpful for you. So I'll try and save the video and you all can watch it for later as well. And soon we'll be out with the recipes too. If you have further queries, you can always follow me on my Instagram handle. It's Deepika_Rathod9 and I can guide you there. Okay, perfect. So take care, guys, and enjoy your evening. Bye.